Boosted Instagram posts versus Facebook Meta ads. They are not the same thing. And before you decide where to put your money, you need to actually understand the difference. Let's go. The first main difference is the go. For meta ads, you have to pick an objective. For boosted posts, you can choose a go. And those might sound like the exact same thing, but they're actually different. Let me explain. When you boost a post, you see these options: website visit, profile visits, more messages, more engagement. And as wedding photographers, the most common move is choosing website visits, so you can send people to your landing page and hopefully get inquiries. Just like inside Ads Manager, you would pick leads as your objective. So logically, you would think, okay, both of these should be optimized for inquiries, right?
No.
Even if you select website visits for booking purposes, boosted posts are still optimized for engagement, not leads. The boost post feature is designed to quickly expand the reach of your content and increase visibility, likes, shares, and interactions. So boosts are designed to bring engagement, whereas the ad campaigns are designed to bring actions. Which leads me to the second difference: the audience and the type of reach you will get. And this is who Meta sends your content to. When you boost a post with the website visit go, Meta shows it to people who click links. And that could be anyone with the slightest interest in weddings that already engage with similar content. So this could be brides, bridesmaid, even your current followers, other photographer, literally any wedding vendor. This is a very broad and very low intent group. Now compare that to a real Meta campaign. If you choose website visit or landing page view through Ads Manager, Meta shows your ad to people who actually load the page fully, stays on your page, read your content, check pricing, compare photographers, behave like real buyers. Meta is analyzing each person's behavior, not just content interest. And that's when you can actually target quality potential leads. But that's all considering you leave your audience as broad as possible. If you're going to narrow down your audience a little, then under boosted posts, you can choose age, gender, location, interests, or people like your followers. And your audience will be anyone that fits this criteria, but still mostly people that engage a lot on Instagram instead of those that actually take action. Now, under the Ads Manager, you have so many options for targeting and retargeting. You can target website visitors, profile visitors, video viewers, past leads, lookalikes of couples who inquired before, lookalikes of past couples. So many options. Taking me to my third main difference, which is the creative. The creative is the images, the videos, the text, and the call to action you choose for each campaign. When you boost a post, you must first post it as a organic content, and only then you can boost it. This can be a good thing if you posted something that did extremely well organically and then you want to reach more people and get more eyes on your business. But when you run a real ad, you can build proper creative, proper captions, proper CTAs, all designed to convert. And not only that, you can try many versions of it. You can use different images, different videos, different versions of text and tone of voice, and even different offers. And when you do that, Meta tests them all, figure it out which version gets the most results and pushes that one harder, which can save you money in the long run. And speaking of money, we also need to talk about competition, because basically as a general rule, the more money you put into your campaign, the more people you will reach. So if you're spending $5 per day and another photographer is spending $50 or more, their ads will be shown more often and to more qualified people. But when you boost a post, it sits at the bottom of the auction. That's why you might pay less per views, but more per results. Whereas real ads sits in the main auction and they get priority, better placement, and way better optimization. So the fifth difference would be the results you get. I'm not saying you don't get results when boosting posts, because that is not true. Depending on your strategy, boosting posts can be a very smart decision, and I will tell you why in a little bit. But when you boost posts, you mostly bring engagement. So likes, comments, share, profile taps, awareness, more followers. You are literally spreading your business name and making people familiar with it, which is definitely a good thing, because it's being said that in marketing and sales, people need about 7 interactions with your brand before they trust you and take action. So the more you show up, the better. But boosting posts will not keep inquiries coming in with the same intensity that Meta campaigns will. You simply can't compare, because Meta ads are literally working 24/7 to find people who behave like your potential clients. And you might be wondering, how is this possible? Because it's all under Facebook Meta, so the algorithm should technically be the same. But that actually takes me to my final and most important difference: Facebook Pixel. If you're not familiar with it, Facebook Pixel is just a tiny tracker on your website that tells Meta what people do there, who visits, who stays, how long they stay, who submits an inquiry, what pages they look at, and so on. This is so important because once someone clicks on your ad and lands on your website, the Facebook algorithm stops tracking their movement because it's a complete different platform. Pixel is what keeps feeding Meta that information so it can learn, adapt, and find your potential leads. Real ads use the deep pixel layer and they learn actual bride behavior. Because remember, Meta ads finds buyer, while Boost find engagement. This is literally Instagram mango, is to keep as many people as possible in the platform. But with all that said, boosting posts can still be a good thing. You just have to be strategic. So let me tell you when you should boost posts and when you should set up Meta ad campaigns. Boosting is great when you want to get more eyes on your brand, you want to show your personality, bring new followers, remind your followers, your community that you exist. You want to push an organic post that's already doing well. You want to build trust and awareness, and even create hype to a deal that you are offering. Now, Meta ads campaign is great when you want to focus on driving traffic to your landing page, lead generation, consistent bookings, converting warm audience into bookings, retargeting people who viewed the boosted post, putting an offer in front of people that are ready to take action. So for example, if I run a Black Friday promo, I post and boost a reel announcing the deal. That boost will get me more views, likes, saves, share, and it puts the offer in front of more people. It also gets more people familiar with my work, which helps build trust. Then if I also have a proper Meta campaign set up for the Black Friday promo, the boosted post actually helps the campaign, because now Meta can find the people who already showed interest, the people who watched, clicked, saved, or engaged with the boosted reel, and then serve the real ad campaign to them, telling them what to do and how to inquire. So the boost warms them up and the campaign converts them. But for Meta ads to work consistently, you need to keep updating your creatives. Even if something is working right now, it might not be the case in a month or even in a week. Good thing is, I am the queen of coming up with creatives that actually convert. And I've just launched a new Facebook ads creative template pack specifically for wedding photographers. And this new pack includes image templates, text templates, and full campaign ideas, each with ready-to-use examples you can adapt to your business. Now, if you're completely new to Facebook ads, I do have a 10-minute tutorial video that walks you through everything step by step, and I'll see you there.